Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathannitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam.
Iti namine namaste saraswate deve gauravani pracharine nirvisesha shunyavadi paschatya deshatarine.
Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Srimati Kesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta
Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 5, text 22. Yehi samsparshaja bhoga Yehi samsparshaja bhoga Dukkhayo evate Dukkhayo evate Adiyantavantah kaunteya Adiyantavantah kaunteya Nateshu ramate buddhaha Nateshu ramate buddhaha. Please repeat the word to word meanings. Ye, those, he, certainly, samsparshaja, by contact with the material senses, bhoga, enjoyment, dukkha, distress, yonayaha, sources of, eva, certainly, te, they are, adi, in the beginning, antavantaha, subject to, kaunteya, O son of Kunti, na, never, teshu, in those, ramate, take delight, buddhaha, the intelligent. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. Please repeat. An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Material sense pleasures are due to the contact of the material senses, which are all temporary because the body itself is temporary. A liberated soul is not interested in anything which is temporary, knowing well the joys of transcendental pleasures. How can a liberated soul agree to enjoy false pleasure? In the Padma Purana it is said, Ramante yogino anante satyananda chidatmani iti rama pade nasau param brahma bhidiyate. The mystics derive unlimited transcendental pleasures from the absolute truth, and therefore the supreme absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, is also known as Rama. In the Srimad Bhagavatam also it is said, Nayam deho deha bhajam nruloke kashtan kaman arhate vidbhujam ye tapo divyam putrakayena sattvam shuddhyet yasmad brahma saukhyam tvanantam. My dear sons, there is no reason to labor very hard for sense pleasure while in this human form of life. Such pleasures are available to the stool eaters, hogs. Rather, you should undergo penances in this life by which your existence will be purified, and as a result, you will be able to enjoy unlimited transcendental bliss. Therefore, those who are true yogis or learned transcendentalists are not attracted by sense pleasures, which are the causes of continuous material existence. The more one is addicted to material pleasures, the more he is entrapped by material miseries. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So one of the most instructive verses in Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is advising Arjuna, Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate. So this bhoga means happiness. So the happiness that is arised from samsparsha. Sparsha means touch sensation. So the happiness, bhoga, which arises from samsparsha, it is called dukkha yonaya evate, Krishna is saying. It leads to distress. Why? Because adi antavantaha, it has a beginning, adi, and it has an end. Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, O Arjuna. Nateshu ramate buddhaha. A Buddha, Buddhiman, an intelligent person, therefore, Nateshu ramate, he does not, ramate means he does not delight. Rama means enjoyment. That is why the Supreme Lord's name is also called Rama, one who gives unlimited pleasure. Ramante yogino anante satyanande chidatmani. As Prabhupada is quoting in this verse, Iti Rama padena sau param brahma bhidiyate. One who gives unlimited pleasure is called Rama. So therefore the yogis, the devotees, they are always seeking to get the higher pleasure from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is also called Rama. But those who are not as intelligent, they try to seek pleasure from the sense objects. So in general, if you analyze our life daily, our happiness is basically derived from senses, isn't it? Our happiness is basically, you take the mobile, there is a sense object, and then your senses, your eyes are there seeing something, and you're browsing something. There is a touch. Either the eyes are touching the screen, the object, some sparsha is there, and then your fingers are scrolling, and by the time you realize you're either on the mobile or binge watching the Netflix or whatever it is, or spending time on the social media or some such wasteful thing, and before you realize you wasted that time, and in the end you feel very guilty about it, isn't it? Very empty. You'll feel that emptiness. So that initial kick, let me go and check my mobile. Every day you check the same thing. Let me check the Instagram. Let me check my WhatsApp. Let me check my emails. You are always looking for some new news or newer updates. But the same thing repeats. This material world, there is nothing new. It all is in the four realms: eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. So there is nothing new, but you wasted so long and you feel empty about it. So there was this man who wanted to, his goal in life was to buy a Ferrari. So he worked so hard. He made a lot of money, and eventually he bought this Ferrari. And then he felt very happy about it. And then he started to go to work with that vehicle. And then wherever he would park, he was so concerned because the cars next to it, the doors might hit it, cause some dent or cause some scratch. While driving, he would drive very carefully so that people won't bump into it and cause dents. And then every time there was even a small repair, he had to shell hundreds or thousands of dollars to get the repair done. And then the high EMIs and constant pressures of neighbors, jealousy, and he was the object of so much of pain. He was feeling that pain. He was feeling that heat. And finally, he decided to sell it off. So he sold it off. And then he said, the first happiest day in my life was the day when I bought my Ferrari. And the even happiest day in my life was when I sold my Ferrari. So, it's like Adi Antavantaha. In the beginning, it appears to be very attractive. Like a professor in a school, he came and he was asking the students a question. So he got this bottle of the soda, the soft drink. And then he held it open to everyone. How many of you like the soda? And all the children, they said, yes, we love it. And obviously when you are thirsty, when you start to drink, or when you are not thirsty as well, now it's become a fashion in the Western countries, especially US. When you go and ask for a soda, you get this much big can. And you drink along with eating. So all the children say, yes, I like soda. And then, let's say you are given a big cup of soda and then you drank half of it. Do you feel the same kick as you felt when you had the first sip? And nobody raised their hands. And then in the end, it is more like an obligation. You don't want to waste it. You spend so much time, you spend so much of money. You don't want to waste it, so therefore you drink it. So as a result, what happens? Your digestion is spoiled, and after few days, you may get disease of some sorts, and in the long term, you get diabetes and so on and so forth, isn't it? So in the beginning, it is so much of fun. It is so much of attractiveness, but in the end, see what it has turned out to be. So the Maya keeps on alluring us. Oh, this is pleasure, this is pleasure. Like when you are watching these OTT channels, let's say Netflix or something, there is a 5 seconds or 10 seconds snippet of the movie or a series. The best portion of that series is only there in the 10 seconds. That 5 seconds will allure you. Oh, I want to watch it, I want to watch it. And then you click on it, and then 3 hours of misery. Isn't it? So like that, everything you find in this world, it's like they'll show the billboard. Oh, you come here, you'll have heaven. And we know what happens after that. So everything is marketing. So there was, when we were in the college, so there was one company who came for campus placements. So this manager who came to present the company and the statistics and all of that. So that was a big company in those days, even now, but not as big. So he was presenting to allure all the students so much. Oh, it'll be that, it'll be this. And he said the pay itself was good. He showed the pay package and all that. And the students were like, wow, like that. And then he said, you know what? We consider this pay package as just as our pocket money. Why? Because the stock is the real pay package. Our stocks are valued this much. And then people got jobs, some people got placed in the company and all that. And then what happened? That 2000 .com burst happened, and then the stocks lost all the value. And then when people went to the company, they asked, hey, you said this is just a pocket money. Where are the stocks? And he said, that was a PPT, pre-placement talk. This is reality. That was just to allure people. The reality is different. You have to work so hard. People, I see these kids, the teenagers, they are watching these, the NBA games, the football games, the YouTube. They want to become a YouTuber, social media influencer, or an NBA rock star, player who earns millions they see these contracts. Oh, they are earning millions of dollars. $60 million per year. Oh, this superstar, he gets that. I want to get in there. And you don't know how hard they have to work in order to get, even if you work so hard, out of 1,000 people working so hard, one person gets into that NBA or whatever league. And even after you get into that, you have to work so hard to maintain at that level. So whatever you see is rosy. There is so much of background work that goes on. It is not as easy as it seems. So thinking that, oh, it is all easy, these kids, these youngsters, they fall into that trap. And they give up their regular study, regular work, and they think that life is all easy. But as a result, what will happen? They'll have to suffer. They'll have to suffer for not studying properly, not doing their work properly. So this is called the beginning attraction, or anything which is sensually attractive, you have to pay the price. It is dukkha yonaya. The Shastra gives a beautiful analogy. Kanduyanena karayoriva dukkha dukkham. Let's say, for example, there is a itching sensation. Like we all have itching sensation, and say we keep on rubbing. It gives some kind of pleasure, isn't it? Right? So now they have devices also to scratch the back when there is itching sensation. So just because there is sensation and pleasure in scratching, and if you go on scratching, what will happen? So if you keep on scratching your skin, what will happen? It will bruise. Blood will come, skin will get damaged, all kinds of problems. That means over-indulging in that sensation, which is garbing itself as a pleasure, but over-indulging in that, thinking that that is giving me pleasure, has resulted in pain, distress. Or you like to eat something, favorite sweet, gulab jamun or rasgulla, whatever. Just because you like to eat rasgulla, if you eat 10 of them, what will happen? The first one will taste very nice. Second one also maybe. From third one, it's a burden. And then you gulp down without realizing how much you are eating. That is why they say conscious eating. Conscious eating means very slowly, meditatingly you're eating. Now we are not even focusing on eating. We are looking at the phone, or we are looking at something. We are talking to somebody. That means you don't even know how much we are eating. As a result, what will happen? We overeat and all kinds of problems. So you see how this, because the problem is we want pleasure. Everybody wants pleasure, isn't it? Why we exist, why we live, is because we want to enjoy life. Nobody wants to not enjoy life. So, but the only thing that we know how to enjoy life is by sense gratification. Eating, sleeping, mating and defending. These are the only things by which we know how to enjoy life. We don't know anything beyond this. But any of these things, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, any of these things if you overdo, it is a problem. That means you have to very optimally do it. There is no unlimited pleasure. Every time we are eating, we have to watch out, isn't it? We have gone past the age, the youngsters are still in the age, but most of us have gone past the age where we can eat unlimitedly and become happy. Every morsel, everything we are eating, we have to watch out. Isn't it? Then that is coming in the garb of happiness. That's not happiness. Like one person was invited to lunch. He was giving the best possible things to eat. And he was hungry also. All his favorite items were given. And then he sat to eat. And the guest slowly came and said, "Hey, you know what? The deal is that you look up." And then he looked up, and then there is a sword hanging. Sharp sword, very heavy sword hanging. And it's hanging by a thread. And he said, exactly in half an hour, by the time you finish eating, the thread's strength will be lost and it will fall down. And then he's looking at that thread only. He's looking at that knife. Can he eat? He can never enjoy that food because he's always thinking about what is going to happen. So even though you are given the best thing to enjoy, because that is always hanging from the top, there is never that pure enjoyment. There is never that pure enjoyment. So in this house, there was this portrait, the painting. And there was this man who is enjoying pure nectar of the honey. You know, the honey is oozing from the beehive, and it is dropping, and he is directly catching and he is tasting it. Oh, what a wonderful, delicious taste. This is nectar, heavenly. And then the camera zoomed out a little bit. And then his situation is revealed. Now he is hanging by a branch. And then on top of the tree there is a beehive which is oozing the honey. And then he is catching that honey and he is enjoying. But actually he is hanging onto the branch. And now the camera zoomed out a little more. The tree is actually facing a big, dark well full of snakes in the forest. So this man is so precariously situated. He is hanging off a branch which is facing down a dark well full of snakes, and from the top there is a beehive oozing honey. And then zoomed out a little bit more. Outside of this well there is a tiger waiting. And then there are some rats nibbling and biting into that branch. Just imagine his situation. So precarious. Any moment the rats can bite and the branch will fall off. Or even if he tries hard and goes out, the tiger is waiting. Doomed if you do, doomed if you don't, they say. His position is so precarious. Still, he is finding that enjoyment in that honey. So our position in this world is said to be like that. So every day by the sunrise and sunset, the sun is nibbling away our time. The branch may be cut off. Any moment we can die, isn't it? We think death happens to somebody else. Death does not happen to me. I will live forever. This is what Yudhishthira told in Mahabharata. He was asked a question by that Yaksha who held these brothers. I will give you brothers only when you answer my questions properly. And Yudhishthira had to answer all the questions properly. So one of the questions this Yaksha asked him, what is the most wonderful, most amusing thing you find in this world? So what did Yudhishthira say? Anyone knows? Huh? Correct. Very good. Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti hayamalayam seshaha sthavaram icchanti kimascharya matah param. What is more ascharya than the fact that every day in front of us, ahani bhutani gachanti hayamalayam. People in front are dying, or we are learning that people are dying in front of us. Like yesterday there was a shooting in the mall and the parents were so scared they didn't send the kids. They were supposed to go out to the mall. We could have been there instead of those people. So in front of us people are getting killed, dying. Every day, Gachanti hai Yamalayam, they are going to the Lord Yama's abode. But Seshaha Sthavaram Icchanti, the rest of the people, they think, no, it will not happen to me. I will live forever. Kimascharya matah param, what is their most amusing thing than this? Wonderful practical realization. So this man hanging off the branch, any moment he can die. We can die at any moment. But we tend to take that pleasure without trying to find out how to solve this actual problem of solving this birth and death. That is a real problem. Tasting that honey is not his worry at that point. If somebody can come and shoo away the tiger and save him, that will be his great relief. Isn't it? So without looking for that, we are continuing to indulge in these sensual pleasures, which are available even to animals. That's what Prabhupada is saying here. Nayam deho deha bhajam nuloke kashtan kaman arhate vidbhujam ye tapo divyam putrakayena sattvam shuddhyet yasmat brahma saukyam tvanantam. So he is highlighting Rishabhadeva's prayer, Rishabhadeva's realization, instruction. Rishabhadeva is saying, Ayam dehaha, this body of a human being, is the best of all the bodies. Deha bhajam, in this body as a nr, as a human being. And in this body it is not meant for kashtan kaman arhate vidbhujamye. It is not meant to enjoy like a stool-eating hog. It's so harsh statement, so bold and hitting in your face kind of statement. Bhagavatam is so powerfully hit. He's saying this human body is not meant to enjoy like a stool-eating hog. The hog does not think what is good to eat, what is not good to eat. It indulges in all kinds of eating, all kinds of mating. But if human being also does that, so what is the difference? That is why he is saying, Tapo divyam putraka. He is instructing his sons who are princes. He is saying, you first, tapo divyam, perform divya austerities by which you cleanse this bodily contamination. And then you can enjoy unlimited bliss. Brahma saukyam tu anantam. That means there is actually unlimited bliss. You can eat unlimitedly without getting diseased. That is possible only in spiritual world. In material world, anything unlimitedly you try to enjoy, it will come back to bite you. Because this world is not meant for giving enjoyment. It is meant to give you pain. Like a jail, for example. Is jail meant for enjoyment or suffering? Huh? Anika? Is jail meant for enjoyment or suffering? People go there to enjoy? It is designed to make you work hard, isn't it? You are not allowed to go out. You are not given mobile phones. You are not given pocket money. You are not given alcohol. You want whatever you want, you cannot eat. You cannot even meet people, whoever you want, at whatever time. But if you try to escape that, no, I want to enjoy. Let me climb the wall and get out. What will happen? You get caught. And what will happen? You'll be put into more darker cell. Isn't it? So that is what we are doing. This material world is like a prison house. The real world is a spiritual world, Vaikuntha, Goloka Vrindavan, where people are fully like a free citizens, enjoying. But who want to come to this world, who committed crime, who rebelled against the supremacy of God, or who rebel against the law of the state, they are sent to the prison. So we come to the prison, where it is designed for distress. We have to work hard. That is the nature of this world. It is not designed for pleasure. So the real Buddha, intelligent prisoner, is he who, instead of trying to bribe an officer and get into a good cell with a AC and good fan and good newspaper, it is still a jail, isn't it? Is that an intelligent person? Is that considered an intelligent prisoner who is trying to elevate himself to get a better facility? He'll get a personal servant if I get into this kind of jail. I'll get a good hot meal if I get into this kind of jail. He is considered foolish, isn't it? Intelligent is he who tries to get out of the jail, not try to be in the jail. So that is what Krishna is using the word Buddha. He does not indulge in samsparshaja bhoga, sense gratificatory pleasures, which keeps you in the jail, which keeps you in this material world. See what Prabhupada is saying here. Attracted by sense pleasures, which are the causes of continuous material existence. If you try to be attracted to the sense pleasures, you will continue to live in this material existence. And it is not guaranteed you may get a human body. Bharat Maharaj, in our history, he was great king, but he got attracted to a deer in the end. So he became a deer. And now we all have pets, and we keep thinking of dogs and cats at the end of life. We may become dogs and cats. It's very dangerous. So Bhagavad Gita is advising us, realize the value of your human life. Only in human life you can understand these principles. So perform those tapodivyam, spiritual austerities. Restrict, regulate. It's not, we don't say, don't engage in sense enjoyment. Regulate it. We need to eat to keep ourselves healthy and fit. We need to give the senses what they need. But don't overdo it. Cultivate a higher purpose. Satisfy the senses to the degree they need. But engage in a higher purpose. Who am I? What is the value of my body? What is the purpose of life? Try to understand. Athato Brahma Jignasa. Now that you got this human form of life, Brahma Jignasa, inquire into the absolute truth. So this spiritual austerity means chanting the holy name of the Lord, especially the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It is so nice that in this age, especially in Kali Yuga, instantly we can associate with God. This boon was never given in any other times. Any moment, typically to worship the deity, one has to be a qualified Brahmana, duly get initiated, take bath, chant mantras, purify and go and worship. Then you are touching the deity. But in this age, because we cannot become so qualified, it doesn't matter who you are, just by chanting, just by uttering the name. So all of you say, Krishna, Krishna. All of us, let's say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. See, you have instantly associated with Krishna. See how easy it is, that process. And if you do it day in and day out, especially early morning, the mind may say, oh, why am I doing it? Let me sleep more. The mind has been saying since innumerable lifetimes in all the bodies. But in this lifetime, you say strongly, no mind, you cannot dictate me. You have to listen to me. You chant the holy names. This is called austerity. You are taking the austerity to wake up early, to chant the holy names, And then your diseased existence get purified, and then you will enjoy unlimited bliss in association with God. So this is what Bhagavad Gita is saying. Anyone has any questions or comments on what we discussed? Yeah. Oh, his question is, the point I mentioned was regulate, right? You meant regulate, not safe, right? I said regulate, right? So if you regulate yourself, then how do you have to take the sense enjoyment regulated way. But even then, how will you develop vairagya? The point of Prabhu, I think they need beads there. The point was, you have to finally develop detachment. So how will you develop detachment if you continue to engage? So Bhagavatam says, Kamasya nendriya pritir labho jiveta yavata. Just like, let's say, your body is there, and there is an optimum temperature at which the body has to be maintained, which is, I don't know, maybe 98.6, something like that, right? So, but if the material way of life is more and more enjoyment, by which the fever is increasing, 102, 103, 104, 107, by which you die. Spiritual path is not increasing the temperature, reducing the temperature. But can you reduce it below 98.6 and go to 0? Because you have the body, you have to maintain the body at that temperature. Otherwise, it's a problem. You cannot even maintain the body. So therefore, it is said, the scriptures say, do as much as it is required. Don't overdo, don't underdo. Natyasnatastu yogosti nachaikantam manasnataha nachati swapnasilasya jagrato naiva charjuna yuktahara viharasya yuktachestasya karmasu. So one has to be regulated. But one who has become spiritually elevated, they can act transcendentally. They don't bother about anything related to the sense organs or senses. But until that time, we have to follow as a sadhaka the principle given in the scriptures, which is regulated sense indulgence or sense engagement, I would say, not indulgence. Regulated sense engagement to keep the body fit and healthy. Does that clarify? Yeah. So it is not with the intent of attachment. Like the question is, how can we be attached and detached at the same time? No, you cannot. You are either attached to something or attached to something else. If you are attached to Krishna, then you are automatically detached from Maya. If you are attached to Maya, then you are automatically detached from Krishna. So you are either attached to one thing or the other. So if you are attached to God, and if God's instruction is you do this to take care of the body, that is not attachment to the body. You are following the instruction of your deer. Like Arjuna, for example, it was very painful for him to kill his kinsman. But he still did it because he was attached to Krishna's instructions. He didn't care for himself. So sometimes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, he told Raghunath Das Goswami, no, you go, take care of your family and enjoy family life like a regular karmi family man. And when Krishna inspires you, that's when you can come give up your family. But until that time, take care of your family life and enjoy as much as you deserve to. So even though he was attached to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he abided by his order as a duty. That is not called attachment. That is called duty because of attachment to God. So it might appear like we are attached, like all the great kings, Rajarshis, Parikshit Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Prutu Maharaj. They seem to be very royal kings, opulent kings. They seem to be attached to the kingdom. But it is duty. It is a duty given by God. But it might seem like attachment. They were doing their duty. Okay? Okay. So all of you are given these beads. So we talked about chanting the holy name, the full Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we have 108 beads within this, the whole mala. On each bead we chant the full mantra. Chant outside, chant opening your mouth, producing that sound vibration, not just within the mind. And you hear that sound because Krishna is there in his sound vibration. Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. Krishna has advented in the form of his sound, this holy name, the sound you produce. So produce the sound. Each and every syllable you chant very attentively, very nicely, and hear that very carefully. Then you are associating with Krishna very nicely. So this is the art of chanting. So now we'll chant together synchronously. And as I told, chant outside. And if you see the mind drifting away, bring the mind back to the sound vibration. And every time you detect that, again you bring it back. So this is the art of mantra meditation. So any other questions before we start? All of you have beads. So let's take the blessings of Guru and Gauranga before we start chanting. Please repeat after me. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So let's start chanting together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.